Here. All right, folks, we are live. Welcome to Gamcast for Monday evening. We're here tonight to talk about Judge Zennis, who is over there in the District Court of Appeal, or she's a district court judge in Maryland. And they had a hearing today about the Maryland man, who's not a Maryland man, but the illegal who the Trump administration deported to a third country that supposedly he was not supposed to be deported to. Anyway, you all know the story. This judge doesn't understand basic immigration law. She doesn't understand checks and balances. She doesn't understand the separation of powers. She's an Obama appointee, and she's just a judicial tyrant. It's just the absurdity of this is embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing. So today she had her hearing, and she made a bunch of crazy demands. For example, here they are leaving the courtroom. These are the lawyers for the DOJ. They're leaving the courtroom because she set an evidentiary hearing for Thursday. She's very upset out there. And here's another. The district courts, for whatever reason, do not allow cameras in the courtroom. So there's no real way to get it unless somebody got it in a device and recorded it, which I doubt. So you just have to go from people who were there who tweeted. So here's another quote from Judge Zennis, who doesn't understand how the basics work. Given the history of this case with a series of unlawful actions, that's not a judge. That's a judgment, but whatever. I do believe it's within my authority to get the information. That's not how it works, Judge. If there were unlawful actions, you sanction the unlawful actions. The unlawful actions don't lead to you getting more information about what the executive branch, a completely separate branch of government, is doing. That's not the way you either sanction or you move on. This is just it's crazy. It's about what's happening next. She wants a government official with firsthand knowledge. That's what they're going to hear on Thursday. Here's Kyle Cheney, a fascist over there at MSNBC or NBC. I don't know which. It doesn't matter. Judge Zennis grew exasperated amid shifting claims by the Trump administration on its handling of Almar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland man, deportation, and it plans deporting him again while he waits a criminal. So this is the last thing I'll leave you with, and then I'll move on. But the point here is just we are still seeing more and more and more overreach. This is just days after the Supreme Court told him to knock this junk off, and then the President Trump has the authority to do this, right? She wants one of the things she's going to set on Thursday whether he should be shipped from Tennessee back up to Maryland. His lawyers should be disbarred and sued because they went in there making a big, to-do about this, and then he got brought back into the USA and brought up upon charges. Well, he's just going to be deported again because he's here illegally, and there's nothing she can do about that. But Zennis is going to fight to the bitter end because this is not about the rule of law. This is about the rule of fascism, which we're living under right now. Anyway, if you enjoyed this material, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and you will see me on the next one if you do.